It's January the 12th, 2020, and it's Sunday morning. A few mates and I have decided to get out on the bikes this morning and just take a ride into the areas that have been affected by the fires. Really just to get out there and hopefully support the community, buy coffee, have a breakfast, buy some petrol out there, and just do our little bit in a very modest way to help everyone in their recovery process with the fires. Hopefully where we're going it won't be too decimated, but either way it's a great day for a ride. It's only 19 degrees at the moment, so in for a very pleasant midsummer's day.
While waiting for the ferry to arrive, it gave the boys a bit of time to have a chat and pose for a photo opportunity, and then we were off on our way to St Albans, and it became evident that the fire had already reached this area.
The fire's definitely come through here. Wow, just all on the one side of the road. Fortunately, this little town was spared from the fires, which is really great because it's quite an iconic little town. Settlers' Arms.
Being of a certain age, it is sometimes wise to stop off and take a break and avail yourself of the local facilities before heading off into the bush.
Right, here we are, back on the dirt. Marvellous.
The further away we got from St Albans, the more we could start seeing the impact of the fire. Out in the plains it wasn't so bad, but as we got closer and closer into the actual forest, you could see the absolute devastation. It all seemed to happen on the one side at this stage, and you could see that nothing in the path of the fire was spared. And we just marvelled in the fact that the fireys were probably fighting the fire from this very road.
I tell you, I put my bike into enduro mode, and that's good enough for me. It gives me a bit of slide in the corners, but the bike still picks up when the rider runs out of talent. So it just gives me that level of comfort. There's this debate about whether you should have your electronics on or off, but certainly for a rider of my caliber, I want the protection I can get from the electronics. When I was a lot younger and foolish, I thought my skills were better than they were, and I turned everything off with disastrous effect. I ended up on my backside, sliding down the road, and the bike needed a lot of TLC at the panel beaters after that. So for me, electronics definitely contribute to my enjoyment and safety. Oof, this area got nailed by the fire. You can just imagine the fireys fighting from this road. God, they're courageous. The fires jumped to the other side of the road, it looks like. Oh, bumpy corner.
We were now heading towards Laguna for breakfast, and Rob, as always, was going to take us along a special route because it avoided the main road.
We're going down Murray's Run, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful part of the countryside through the farmlands, and it's just absolutely gorgeous countryside. I'm not sure if it got affected by the fires, I hope not, but it's just a really easy dirt road through this gorgeous countryside. Really looking forward to it. You've got to do it, it's really nice. It's just off the Bucketty Road. That is, of course, if you live in Sydney in Australia. Just beautiful countryside, really lovely. So glad it wasn't affected by the fires. We're heading to a place called Laguna, which has the best bacon and egg roll in the whole of Australia. if not the world. Here we are, GNTP, Laguna, Cafe and Bar, Laguna, established 1879. It's been here a while.
Rob gave us a few riding instructions in preparation for the road ahead, then gave a thumbs up to the bacon and egg roll, and we were off. Well, we knew we were going to be riding into the fire-affected areas, but my goodness me, nothing prepared us for these sights. Fortunately, the road had deteriorated to such an extent that we needed to focus really on where we were going, so we didn't spend much time looking at the scenery. But looking back on it now, my goodness me, it was completely devastated.
So that's the extent of the fire, right over there on the second valley, or the second hill. Just all burnt.
You're getting into the bush when you're around there. Makes you feel small.
Just crazy, hey?
It's sobering to see this one of all the koalas and things that died here. There's
Yeah.
nowhere for them to go. There's just no escaping.
Amongst all this devastation, we were really chuffed to see this. And with the rain that arrived a few weeks later, hopefully this whole region will again return to normal.
In some sand here, a little bit of loose stuff. It's a bit wobbly. Nothing too major. Yes, slowly, light on the handlebars.
Pete decided to go and have a look at the campsite that we had all stayed in July last year. Jono and I were testing our gear in preparation for our upcoming Outback adventure. And I can assure you, the campsite looked completely different when we were last there.
Alright, a little bit sandy here. Let's get going. Well, get up. That's it. I say speed is your friend. Get the front wheel up. Definitely a sandy old track. You'd rule off to get a bit further in front. First thing you can do in these conditions is travel too close to the person in front of you, because if things go wrong, you're both in trouble. I'm not doing any jumps today, not with these sandy conditions. Just have my finger hovering over the clutch. It's what makes it interesting, but challenging and a little bit nerve-wracking as well. This is, I think, the worst I've ridden this track. Well, we're on our way home, so just got to get through this bit, and we're done. Great to be out with the mates again, I must say. They're fantastic guys to ride with, and we're all relatively at the same skill level. relatively. Oh, this is just completely burnt out. Wow. Terrible. Slidey. This is challenging. It's the most I've been challenged on this track ever. Normally you get those little bits every now and again, if ever. Definitely this hasn't been graded for a while. This is testing us.
With the track behind us, I, for one, was very happy to be on a well-graded road, and our speeds increased along with the quality of the road. However, Rulof forgot the one cardinal rule about following distance. So, crisis averted, we headed home, and I stopped off to look at this rhino that has intrigued me for a long time, and I'd just love to know the story of how and why it came to be there.